Welcome back to Dress Down Day, folks. Happy Dress Down Day, Leanna.
Happy Dress Down Day, Eric.
Happy Dress Down Day. How you feeling today? You doing good? You comfortable? You
feeling
cozy?
great.
How's the temperature in the room doing for you?
Cozy. It's
Sweet.
nice.
It's weird weather we're having because I never know how to dress lately because
It's that time of year.
It's freezing in our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot when we walk to the car. Then it's freezing in our car.
Mm-hmm.
And then the coffee shop that we love, it's freezing in there.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, I should have brought myself a little shawl. I should have packed a shawl for myself.
Also, when we were in New York for a little too, which we will be going back, it's that time of year where it's cold in the morning.
Ugh.
So you wear a little sweater, but then by the middle of the day, you're sweating and trying to take all your clothes off.
You're dripping. It's
You're
like what? It's like,
dripping.
who am I, Migos with this drip? You know?
I'm already almost done with my coffee. I'm just
I know.
Gulping
I gotta
it
say,
down.
I fucking hate these tops. The place we go. They ran out of this. I guess the ice cups. And they're giving us hot cups, and I'm all for saving the environment. I'm all for getting rid of straws if we have to use these tops. But I'm sucking on ice cubes here. They're falling into my mouth. Is that not happening to you? Oh, you got a straw.
I got a straw going. Either way, at the end of the day, it's all plastic.
I know.
The sip tops are plastic.
Someone
the
has to
straw
explain
tops
that to
are
us.
Plastic.
I know. We're not. Well, obviously, there's a reason. I don't know what the fuck it is, but there's something going on. I just wish that there was like a netting or a smaller.
Well, that would be weird if you're like your
Not a
lips
netting.
and your tongue were hitting a net.
You know what I mean? Like they're able to like, you know, like when,
Yeah,
like
to
you're like when you're like digging for gold or something, like the pan.
To stop the ice. I get it.
I'm just sucking ice here.
I have to say, I'm loving the look, but
You-
I'm a
you
little
do?
upset by it.
Why? What do you mean? Okay, I'm wearing. For those of you who are Leanna, we have to do a better job at painting the picture because the majority
audio.
of our listeners are audio listeners.
Yes. Okay. So
but-
today I'm wearing a
no,
maroon hoodie.
not like that. But if we're talking about something specific, we should be a little more like the 1930s. He walked into the room.
Okay.
You know?
What I mean by
my
look
God.
is you are wearing these clear glasses.
Yeah.
Very hipster like.
A little too hipster.
Kind of like the Wayfarer style that
Excuse me?
Ray-Ban makes, but clear
Wayfarer?
and blue light.
Wayfair, you've
That's
got just
the
what I
name.
need.
I think I said it right.
Is that what you're talking about? That Wayfair? So they look cheap? I got them from Target. They were extremely cheap. They're not prescription.
No. It's a great look. I'm just upset because A, I had clear glasses first. B, you wouldn't let me wear them on the podcast. So
All right, I'll take them off.
No, I'm not telling you to take them off. You're
I know
just
why
a little hypocritical. That's all I'm saying.
I forgot about. No, okay. Here's what happened, folks. Number one, for those of you, you can see the glare of the light, so I should not be wearing them. I'm going to take them off. Number two, did you want glasses as a kid?
Always.
Why did we want glasses?
Why did we want glasses?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I had a friend of mine who, in the 3rd or 4th grade, we wanted glasses so badly.
Mm-hmm.
We would pretend that I'd wear like our dads or something or whatever, and we wanted them so badly. He failed his eye test on purpose. I swear to God.
No.
Yes. He walked over to the thing. He was like, I think I'm getting glasses. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, it said S and I said 8.
Oh my God.
He got reading glasses.
Kind of genius.
He got reading glasses. Yeah, that really
But
happened.
then they were probably hurting his eyes.
They were
poor
like the
thing.
small. You ever put on someone's glasses and,
And
they're
it's
like
they're
barely.
yeah.
They're like barely a prescription.
Did you ever like pretend that like you couldn't see and you would like squint at the board?
I liked when people would do that, and it'd be like they looked a little more like they knew what was going on, right? Like
You definitely did that. You were.
I do that.
You would definitely like squint at the board, pretend that
you know
couldn't see.
when I would do that, when I'd be at like clubs when I was like 21. When I would like there's always that awkward moment like your friends disappear to get a drink or talk to a girl. You're by yourself.
Okay.
And in 2011, when I was 21, the internet was obviously huge. Social media was a thing, but it wasn't as much to do on your phone. You could check your Instagram. I don't even think I was on Instagram yet. You check your Facebook feed. That was really it.
I know exactly.
So I would
what
just
you're
be like
saying.
sitting there and be like, look, pretend like I'm looking at something.
Oh my God, we're like looking for friends in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But so I've always wanted glasses, and I've bought, no joke, from like when I was 19 to now, like 20 pairs that I've never worn because I was embarrassed. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to wear them. I like the way they look.
I always feel like people can tell that they're fake.
I think, okay, it's like anything else. You remember I made you watch Catch Me If You Can?
Yes.
Frank Abagnale, Leonardo DiCaprio played him in the movie. If you believe it,
of course,
they'll believe it.
It's all about the confidence.
So when we went to get coffee this morning, I looked like a disheveled morning guy getting his coffee. Did I not?
Oh my God, that's why you did the flops with socks?
No, I just
trying
didn't
to go for a look.
No, I don't like the flops with socks, but I just didn't feel like wearing my sneakers.
Because you never do it.
Yeah.
But now that you said that, I'm like, oh, maybe he was going for a look.
That actually, I really didn't think of that. I really didn't, but I could.
It fit.
Yeah, maybe subconsciously I'm thinking this is the, I got to get my coffee.
The guy who wears glasses also does flops with socks.
I could see that easily.
Yeah.
The unfortunate situation with these, like I've seen, like obviously I've seen clear glasses on like people that I look up to and like fashion bloggers and shit, but like I don't like how certain things have been hijacked by a movement.
Okay.
Let me give you an example.
Would
you mind, honey?
I wouldn't mind. I'd love to hear one.
The man bun.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Hijacked
by
a culture of people that don't represent me. Okay. When people say you have a man bun, they think it's like it's going to insult me and I'm going to be offended or something. But there has been this takeover in like 2015. I never heard the word man bun growing up.
It's just a bun.
Why is it a man bun?
We don't call it a women's bun.
I don't know why. So the glasses, I feel like those glasses look very hipstery. Mm-hmm. But I've also said this to you, like I don't fit the profile that I look like. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. You see a woman with short blue hair, you probably know a lot about her. And I'm judging 100%, mm-hmm. but I would be surprised if that was like a strong Christian woman.
Yes.
I'd be like, wow, I did not expect that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
So I think when people, the only thing that they'd be correct about is that I hate football.
Well, here's the thing about the man bun. When I think of man bun, first of all, men with long hair has been around since like the 70s, right?
Jesus, hello? Ever heard of him? My friend JC? My first guest, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ.
So it started with like the hippie movement and then into like 80s, 90s rock and roll. Uh-huh. And then the term man bun, I think, is associated with like beefy, people will say douchebag, excuse my French. I feel like man bun and douchebag go hands in hands a lot of the time. But I don't know why, because really I'm associating it with kind of like a jacked guy, right? Like Jason Momoa, or I don't know who else. Guys that look like him, which I mean isn't a bad thing.
So
especially for women, those are the guys that we like, the big beefy men.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell
me
where I think it came from?
Where do you think it came from? Insecure men who wish they could grow long hair.
Well, that's usually always the case. Uh-huh. But in specific instances of people teasing guys for man buns, I think it's because most guys with long hair get a lot of women.
Yeah.
Most, not all, obviously. A lot of guys look better with it. Not all. Some I think I look better with longer hair. I've had short hair. I don't think I look that good.
Not all guys do look better with longer hair.
That's what I'm saying. Obviously not everybody, but I think a lot of guys who show up to the party in a leather jacket and a man bun and all the girls looking at him, how do the guys bring him down? They have to say something negative about him.
He's got a man bun.
I don't really know. I like when guys try to like there was oh my God, this is good. We should get into this. I forgot I wanted to mention this. It was weeks ago and I forgot, but sometimes I will comment on like meme pages.
Is that you?
You know, when you give a guy long hair and a beard, everybody says it looks exactly like me.
I just typed in man bun, right? Just to bring something up. and up came a video, how to tie a man bun. It looks exactly like Eric.
I actually know this kid. I've watched his YouTube videos before.
You know him personally?
No, he's like this British kid.
Anyway,
what was I saying?
You were talking about the guy online.
Oh, yeah. So there was this, sometimes I'll comment on meme pages to try and just see, because I'm verified, it comes up first. And I'm a previous manager of mine told me like that really helps. Mm-hmm. So like people who don't know who you are, they'll laugh at your comment or whatever. Sometimes I do that. And I don't bully anyone. I don't write anything stupid, but like if I go along with the joke a lot of the times. So one guy wrote something silly about Cowboys fans, which they said something like the Cowboys fan starter pack, and it was really baggy denim shorts, a Cowboys jersey, a very specific guy's haircut. And I was just teasing. I was like, I wish the factory that made these guys would stop or would go out of business, right? Mm-hmm. I got some shit from Cowboys fans. Okay. And they were like, said the guy in skinny jeans and a man bun. So to me, that was fascinating because that doesn't hurt me. Mm-hmm. In their circle, that's like a death sentence. What'd you say I wear skinny jeans? Huh? Like to me, I'm like, yeah, I do wear skinny jeans and I do have a man bun. Mm-hmm. I don't know where the joke is. That doesn't hurt me.
Well, he's saying he would also wish the man bun skinny jean factory would go out of business.
No, but he just said the man bun. Another guy said, I wish that the same time like you go out of, or whatever the fuck, something like that. Basically, he was not saying I'm not made in a factory. He was saying, yes, I'm made in a factory, but you have a man bun.
Yeah.
So it's like he was agreeing with the judgment I was making about basically there's nothing specific about you as a human being. Mm-hmm. You know, you're made in a factory. And he thought that was going to hurt my feelings, like calling me out for wearing skinny jeans.
I mean, really, he's just stating facts.
Which I've noticed that too. A lot of like my YouTube comments. I made a couple of TikToks that got millions of views, and people will say like they think that said the guy in ripped jeans and a man bun, and it's fascinating because I don't know why they think
it's an insult.
It's an insult. Mm-hmm. I like my hair. Yeah. I like my clothes. And what's sad, what it's even sadder is like in 2021, the punchline about you being gay is not like, it's not acceptable anymore, which I am all on board for. Like if you look at like skits and SNL and stuff, even me, growing up, joking around, the punchline was you were gay. Mm-hmm. And we laugh at the obscurity of another man being into another man. We'd laugh at that. That's why that joke has become less acceptable now, which I'm totally fine with. Don't make fun of someone for being gay.
Yeah.
Those guys,
it's not a joke.
Those guys don't get that yet.
Yeah.
They think that, oh, you're gay, and I'm gonna be like, okay, if you think I'm gay, where's the insult here, pal?
I don't
All you're saying is that you hate gay people.
Yeah.
Which is that what you're saying? And then no, you just wear skinny jeans. So they kind of get tripped up in a lot of the ways. I don't fucking know, man. I don't get the negative comment thing at all. At all.
Oh,
I've tried to understand it in the past, and like the only thing, because I always go back to psychology, it's always someone who is envious, jealous, or really, really sad deep down.
Yeah.
There's no other explanation for it. Mm-hmm. Do you think that I could be wrong? Is there anything else I could be not seeing?
When it comes to this, as much as I love to disagree with you, when it comes to this, I agree with you 100%.
So that we talked about this a while ago.
We talk about this often.
I think
because it's still this mind-boggling thing. I still can't understand.
I have a lot of new followers, a lot of new whatever you want to call yourselves, people who are interested in me. Uh-huh. So we talked about this a long time ago during the beginning of the quarantine, a year and a half ago, and I'll never forget. There were some people.
I think you did a video on it.
We did. I forget. We did something.
I think you did a little video on it.
I don't know. Something. Possibly. And I was interested in some of the responses I was getting that were not real. They were agreeing with me, but because I was maybe hitting into a sensitivity, like a personal issue that they had, they felt the need to stick up for themselves, which is fine. However, basically, I said something about like, if you are making fun of people your age being on TikTok, that just shows that you're like jealous of them in some way. And I remember this woman was like, I'm not jealous. I'm in my 40s. I think that they should be embarrassed for being on TikTok.
No,
so well, here's the interesting part about that. She's not necessarily wrong. She's not jealous of TikTok fame. Maybe she felt like, oh, he thinks I'm jealous of this girl's fame or this girl's blah, blah, blah. I think from a psychology standpoint, subconsciously, when you say that negative things about people your age on TikTok, it's because you are envious of a quality that they possess. Not so much the fame or like the dance they're doing. You're jealous that they're open to be vulnerable. You're jealous that they have the courage,
that they have the confidence to even put a TikTok online,
or that they're having fun with something,
or that they have free time,
or they have something. Because I don't think I've ever seen one time a negative comment on someone's video that I didn't think this person is deeply, deeply depressed and sad, and they don't know that we know this. You know what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
I can give personal examples, but
a part of me wants to say the people who do that have a lot of time on their hands, right? Which we've talked about that.
So that's
that term, that phrase. But really, there have been points in my life where I haven't been happy, right? We talked about it in one of the episodes.
Wait, before I forget, I just don't forget having a lot of time on your hands, and this person's doing something bad.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I think
exactly. So it's
maybe it applies. I don't know.
So, like I said, we talked about it once before in another episode, how we were lost and we didn't know what we were doing. We were unhappy with our lives. Okay. Even at that point, even at your lowest moment, even at maybe my lowest moment at the time, never in my life did I think or comment on people's videos negative things, even at the lowest point in my life. And people do this all the time. I don't understand it. I literally cannot comprehend why someone would do this. It takes more energy to, right? Have you ever heard that? It's like it takes more energy to argue with someone than it does to just like let it be.
Yeah. And which is like the key to enlightenment, is just like letting it be, not caring.
Yeah. So it's the same. I think it's the same thing with negative comments. Like, why would you ever want to make someone feel bad about something? That I can't understand.
The only thing I disagree with you with is that you can't understand it. I understand it so clearly. It's like not even confusing at all to me. We do this thing in life where I was saying to Leanna this morning about coffee drinkers, how people say, I need it. No, you don't understand. I cannot start my day unless I have my coffee. People always say that because in life, we do this thing where we don't want someone to know the real truth. So we just say other things that make us seem better or more understandable or something. The real answer is we just really, really, really want coffee. Now, again, you could absolutely be addicted to caffeine. You can absolutely be addicted to whatever. But my father being like, I can't until I get my... It's like, yeah, you can. Drop me off at school, then get the fucking coffee. You'll be fine. I don't want to hear this bullshit. So people like to say other things without knowing that we know the truth. The reason I say that is when you comment a negative comment on someone else's video, you think, I just don't like him. I just don't like her. I'm happy. I just hate this person. So,
which even still, there's been plenty of videos I don't like, people that I'm like, oh God, that's cringy. I would never comment. you're terrible. I can't watch this. You're not funny. That's what I don't understand. Of course, everyone's different.
I'm telling you why. They are unloading their sadness to someone else. How many people would you know that would just be like, I'm really unhappy and I don't like my life? Would a lot of people say that to you?
No one would.
I don't think anyone would say that to you, even if they're really feeling that. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot for people to be vulnerable, to say that to someone.
Yes.
I'm really unhappy. Now, if you're in your house, you're on your phone, it's late at night, a video comes up and it's of someone doing something and you feel the need, if that makes you angry, whether you know this or not, you are deeply unhappy. And you need to address that. There's nothing else here. People like to say things. I often say, imagine if you were always late for work and your boss said, why are you late again? And you've been getting away with the same excuse for 20 years. Oh, my unicorn wouldn't start. At a certain point, imagine if your boss was like, I'm sorry, Eric, unicorns don't exist. Try again. Tell me why you were late. And then I'm like, oh my God, this was working for 20 years. What am I going to say now? Obviously I don't have a unicorn, but I'm lying. So these people saying, I just don't like him. No, this video just sucks. You're just not funny. You're just not talented. You're just ugly. You're just a loser. That's been working for their whole lives. And they don't know that, oh yeah, by the way, that doesn't exist. A real human being doesn't feel anger when they see other people being happy. That doesn't exist in nature. Michael Jordan is not writing on people's Facebooks, not funny, didn't laugh, team no smile or something dumb like that, because he's a successful human being.
Yeah.
No one in life says out loud, I feel unsuccessful. I feel inadequate. I am not happy. So everyone puts on this front. No, I'm happy. I love my life. I just think you can't sing. They don't know that we know the real answer. You're just sad, jealous, depressed.
I mean, that also too, unfortunately, takes time to realize as well. We did
a lot more soul searching than the average person.
We did a lot more soul searching. We're a lot older. I mean, we grew up with social media, right? Unfortunately,
you and I have a very different relationship with it than most people.
Yeah, and I mean, even when I was younger, when you're younger, you don't realize this, right? We were talking about, I watched a little of the D'Amelio show, right? Just to see what it was about. I wanted to see like if it was like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, because I heard that it kind of was. And Dixie, Charlie's older sister, I mean, these girls get ripped apart.
Okay.
They're so famous, super, super famous, have so many people who love and adore them. But of course, there are these people who rip them apart. And as many good comments as you might get, that one negative comment is the one that's going to hurt you the most, right? Or get your attention the most. So this poor girl was hysterical crying, suffers with mental health, was hysterical crying because she went to the gym and they were like ripping her apart for like how she looked after she left the gym. So these girls and young kids too don't know this.
I know.
You know this. And even people our age too, I'm sure. You know, maybe there's people our age who put stuff online and they'll get a negative comment. They're not thinking, oh, this person's just sad with their life and they move on. No. Whether they're truthful comments or not, right? Say someone telling me I'm fat and you tell me all the time I'm not fat, I'm still going to be hurt by that.
Okay. I understand that. That's why I think we should talk about this more. I'm trying to get people to know this. Yeah. If you don't know this, I want it to be as common knowledge as the sky is blue.
I know.
Nobody's arguing whether or not the sky is blue. If it's a nice day and the sky is blue, we all look up and we all can agree the sky is blue, right? No one's like, no, fuck, no, I don't care what you say. It's green. I see green. It's whatever. I see green. Because we would think, oh, this person's fucking insane. All right. So I was doing something in here on my laptop and I came in there and it's pretty cool that I saw the exact part you're talking about. Because I didn't see any of the show, but I was like, oh, what's going on? What? This is so sad.
Yeah.
And her dad was trying to talk to her about it. And her dad, with all due respect to the guy, he just doesn't know. He was like, I tell her, like, you know, it'll go away. It'll be better. Which is like a horrible thing to say to someone, especially when they're suffering from something. But like I said, he's just a dad doing his best, trying to make his daughter feel better, which I can't imagine. I'd be so fucking angry. But the truth in that moment is, there is not one of those girls, there is not one who wrote a negative comment on that girl's video that is not jealous of her. Mm-hmm. So the fact that she's even entertaining it as truth, I'm sad about that. And I know that you say like, oh, people say that I'm fat, and even though you say I'm not, whatever.
Mm. It still hurts. Hurtful words still hurt, whether they're true or not.
The fat word to a woman is a racial slur to another ethnicity. We know what word's going to hurt your feelings. That word is kryptonite to a woman. So even if you're not fat, that's just the word to say to hurt a woman's feelings.
That's true.
Unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So it's never true, but it's like I got a fucking machete in my back. I know it's going to hurt you no matter what.
Exactly what's going to
No matter what. So you have to understand, oh, they're just saying this because they know that's the word to say. It's when you see a black person, what's the despicable word to call a black person? We all know it. So it's like if you say that, it's because you're so fucking defeated and you have nothing else to say. So you say something horrible. Mm-hmm. So with that young girl, it made me so sad because she was actually like giving the comments energy as if there was any truth to them. Now, don't get me wrong. If someone says, Eric, you're a loser and you have a patchy beard. Oh, I very much have a horrible beard. Mm-hmm. I understand that. That's a true comment. But the fact that you wanted to hurt me with it shows me everything I need to know about it. Mm-hmm. So if this girl is a pretty girl who gets millions of followers and is friends with Justin Bieber, do you think a girl her age is going to hate her guts and be jealous?
Of course.
Like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
We act as though, again, well, why didn't your unicorn start in the morning? Did you give it gas? It's like, we're talking about a made up thing that doesn't exist. Let's actually talk about reality. Mm-hmm. These women, or sorry, not women, but these people who are bullying young TikTokers are just jealous of them in some way. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean you have to not feel any kind of cringiness. That fucking, the young, good-looking kids doing that Arrested trend. If you haven't seen it on TikTok, it is the cringiest thing. It's these really like pretty boys pretending to be arrested, getting taken away by the cops. Now, don't get me wrong. I laughed at these. I thought they were like cheesy, but I didn't. The need to be heard is what people aren't understanding. Obviously, I thought they were corny. Obviously, these kids are losers, but I didn't write it on their page because I'm not broken. I mean, maybe I'm broken deep down, but I was not angered by someone else getting some sort of whatever from this video because I have done soul searching. I know the answers. I know unicorns don't exist, and my boss isn't going to believe that it didn't start in the morning.
See, this is it. It all gets really fuzzy really quickly.
Why?
It's that because that just made me think, right? Videos like that. Okay, they're so cringy. Now, people like you, comedians, or other social media influencers, stars, whatever you want to call them, they'll preach all day long. Be kind to one another, love one another. But then those people will also do duets or reaction videos to those videos, ripping them apart, making fun of them.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a really good point.
Explain that to me.
I want to bring up a video in a second, but what I'm explaining to you is usually when it's a viral trend, because I got in trouble with a woman that I teased on Instagram. Remember that girl?
Yes.
Usually these things that I make fun of. I can only speak for me personally, but as a comedian, the shit that I tease are behaviors that I believe are making us worse as a society.
Yes.
Narcissism, materialism, all of I think that's the worst thing with the world, wanting people to envy you. So when you're if you're like a good-looking young kid and you're doing something for attention that seems like what's like a little like narcissistic, I think it's okay to be like fucked with in like a healthy way, like teased. Like those kids knew they were gonna get like teased. It wasn't.
You think? I don't know.
When you're doing like a trend, like that's why when people make fun of my videos, I don't give up. It's like I'm asking for it. I'm a comedian, right? So when I think there's a big difference between a young girl doing a little dance, like or showing a drawing or dance or singing, or a young boy doing magic, versus a ripped senior in high school who has 1 million followers and is like showing off his abs, being like, "I love you, baby." Like there's just like, no, I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Bullying is bullying. You can say that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand it's cringy and maybe they're just doing it for attention, but isn't everyone doing stuff on TikTok for attention?
I guess you're right.
Or social media.
Point. I try not to.
It's like, how can we pick and choose?
So the thing that I wanted to say about the girl, that she made this like outrageous video that I just teased, because I think that behavior is damaging to women.
Yes.
Even though, so like I have a lot of fans that are super liberals, a lot of fans that are super conservatives, because I feel like I try to be fair in what's human. And a lot of things, even when I fuck around and I'm mean to you in the coffee times, like, excuse me, honey, there's a man talking.
Yes.
I'm mocking the guys that we know from New York who would actually talk like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of power in satire. Like I learned about that in school, where I think like in North Korea, I don't even know if you could tell a joke there. They'll fucking kill you if you make fun of Kim Jong-un.
I mean, the stuff you can and cannot do there.
So I'm just saying, there's a lot of power in satire because it's really powerful. How do you like really combat someone who's laughing at you? The only way is to kill them. Like there's really no other way to go about it. So when I'm mocking dumb guys who speak to their women this way, or who are misogynistic, like that's my way of doing it. It's making fun of them. So a lot of the times when I'll tease, people say that I'm cruel to women. They don't know that I have 80% of my followers are women, and I fucking love women. I get called gay all the time because I'm like a woman. And I think it's behavioral shit that I can't stand, that I think is detrimental. So when it's this pressure to live up, I teased this lady. She did a video. I don't want to say what it was because I don't want people to look for it, but it was this over the top sensationalism of what people do now, which I think makes other women feel worse.
Yes.
Like your gender reveal needs to cost $1 million. Your kid's first birthday needs to cost $1 million, or you get judged by other women.
Did we ever
That's the shit that I hate.
This? I don't know.
I don't think we talk.
No, because we want, like, eventually we want to talk about that stuff, like the parties that having those big parties is just making other people feel bad, making other people feel like they need to be in competition with another. Yes, that I understand. That's totally different.
That's usually my point of view with these videos. What I do personally.
Yeah.
I never bully anyone specifically just for like being themselves.
Yeah, of course.
I have never personally made fun of these kids doing these TikTok trends, but like I find them funny when they're teased a little bit. But I also think when you get to a certain level, like being bullied and being teased are two different things. Like if Chris D'Elia fucks up and other comedians drag him a little bit, it's like he's a comedian. He knows what you know what I'm trying to say? Well, he does it to others. These kids who like who are jacked and good looking, it's like, I don't know. Me as a guy, I'm always more, this could be misogynistic. I'm always more protective of women because I know how we've destroyed their self-esteem since the fucking 50s. And we've destroyed women, unfortunately. So I'm always like more protective of that point of view because I think that I am a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know, I'm not saying you can't be like I'm not saying you should be teased, but like a confident, good-looking guy on TikTok who has 2 million followers, I don't know if like people aren't saying like he knows he's being a little bit of like a cringy, like popular dude. I just think that like, I don't know, it's a little bit different in my point of view. I don't know if that's true. I want you to bring up this video that my friend sent me. My friend Joe sent me this video. It was this girl who, well, let's just wait. Turn on, press the volume. Make sure the volume is on.
Oh, you like iced coffee, you're basic. Why? Female joy is so often ridiculed when a woman is excited about something. It doesn't even matter what she's excited about. It could be a book or liking sex. Oh, that's silly. Over dramatic, frivolous. I got a PR box from Kim Kardashian's perfume, and a lot of the comments were like, it's sad that you're so excited about this. Lame that you were like jumping up and down. Hey, if it was a guy and he got like a signed jersey from an athlete that he loved. Yeah, like, oh my God, I love like Tom Brady. This is insane. Would the comments question his intelligence and his worth as a human being? Can't compare Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian. I said, you're missing the entire point because what makes people happy and what makes people joyful is their prerogative, as long as it's not hurting anybody. I'm tired of people ridiculing women for what they love.
First of all, thoughts on that? How do you feel about that? Who is this girl, by the way? I don't know who she is.
So she's a social media girl.
Okay.
I agree with that video. I think like, so the podcast we did, and I was talking about coffee, how I just love it so much. And it makes me wake up in the morning. People would 1000% rip me apart for that. Half of it was me being funny. Half of it is like me just really loving it. And why should you have anything to say with what makes me happy? I totally agree with that. She said something about men. I got the idea that she's talking about men making fun of her for these things.
That's what she was saying, yeah.
Which I don't think is the case. I don't think men give a shit. Like, of course, there are men who care about things, but I don't think a man would care if I love coffee. I don't think a man would ridicule me for getting a PR package from Kim Kardashian and I'm freaking out. No, they wouldn't even think two things of it. I think it's mostly girls, as we were saying, with like, say, Charlie, Dixie, the TikTok kids. It's probably girls commenting on their videos because they're jealous, which I always say, I have this problem because I think us women should stick together, but I do think that we are the worst to one another. I don't think it's men bringing us down. I think it's more so us bringing each other down. It's getting better for sure, but there's no way she's talking. I think she just doesn't want to like bring girls down, which is why she didn't say girls. I don't think it's men.
I think she has a little bit of a point with certain things like, oh, you like iced coffee or basic. I've never heard anybody say that. I know mostly all my guy friends who like coffee drink iced coffee. Yeah. But okay, the reason why I thought this was poignant is because I could be considered one of those guys. I do a lot of things about basic girls and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. This could be a long thing, but like I said earlier, I more so hate the behaviors that contribute to
materialism,
a negative outlook on life for women. Mm-hmm. So when my mother would throw parties as a kid, my mom is a very, very, my mom, she's not like a woman at all from Staten Island. She has never gotten a manicure. She's never ever done. She doesn't have any of the signs around the house that says live often, laugh always, or the fuck those signs, right? Mm-hmm. So, but then when we would have company, she would turn into the Tasmanian devil. She was crazy. And I felt like bad for her. I didn't get it as a kid, but there's a pressure on women. Now, this could be men's fault. Mm-hmm. Men probably did this to women all throughout history, making them feel like they're worthless. They have to have a perfect house. I'm not saying that that's not why it is, but we can also like learn from that and make sure it never happens again. Shit that girl's talking about when I said to my friend Joe who sent me this, I was like, I kind of disagree with her with a lot of these things, only because it's like a checklist. Quote unquote basic to me is what makes you popular. I don't think girls love things as much as they love fitting in and being popular.
Of course.
So when she says that stuff, I think she's just aggravated with people noticing what she does that's following trends.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like, stop noticing how cool I'm trying to be.
Yes.
Which I'm not, and again, pal, I fucking, by the way, hate guys. The only guy, though, like you said earlier, that would be talking shit about a girl like this is a guy that used to date her and a guy that got turned down by her.
Yeah.
Those guys are the jealous little fucking punks.
Yeah.
That girl's a slut, bro. Why? Because she wouldn't fuck you, or because she fucks and you're in love with her and she fucks someone else?
Yeah.
Those are the two guys. Again, insecurities, can't say out loud, I'm sad she fucks someone else. They say, she's a fucking whore.
Yeah.
Which we all know, unicorns don't exist. So you can keep saying that all you want, but we know the truth. But the thing that like I was like a little bit like, I didn't love, because I think she's sticking up for things that are bad for women.
Yes.
Now that's just my opinion, but we watched the Stepford Wives, right?
Yes.
If you never saw the Stepford Wives, it fucking sucks. I thought it was gonna be better, but it's like a classic from the 70s.
Uh-huh.
But the point of the movie is it's basically Get Out. Remember
Kind of. Yeah.
Nicole Kidman is this CEO powerhouse woman.
Boss bitch.
Boss ass bitch.
Uh-huh.
Matthew Broderick is like her little simp husband, which they say nowadays, even if you open up a girl.
Who's jealous of her for being a boss bitch.
And they go to this beautiful Stepford, this fictitious place in Connecticut, and they turn the women into robots to meet every man's desire.
Yes.
To keep the house clean. To wear pearl necklaces.
To basically be a slave.
Be a slave and then have sex whenever they want to have sex.
Uh-huh.
I think some of what that girl said, without her realizing it, because of the quote unquote patriarchy and the history, and sometimes like with the Stockholm syndrome, you like will stick up for your captors.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
She might be so deep into this role of what a woman should be that she's sticking up for things that are actually detrimental to her. So most girls that I know who go pumpkin picking in the fall are wearing the exact same outfit. They buy the same live, laugh, love sign for their house. Now, why are you making fun of someone for having joy? It's not that. I feel, coming from Staten Island where all the women compare themselves, what the things that they have, those things contribute to a more depressed person, in my opinion, because then you start comparing yourself to others. I have to drink at the trendy coffee place that might be a little bit out of my price range. I have to buy a specific handbag. I have to. It's all like a checklist of things you have to have as a woman. Would you agree with that or no?
I would agree. And for the longest time, I would always think, well, little stuff like that, right? Buying a plaid shirt or buying ripped jeans isn't that bad because it's not going to kill your bank account.
Nothing's bad. These are all just...
Whereas a Louis Vuitton bag or a Gucci bag, whatever it is, Gucci flip-flops, that's stuff that cost a lot. You know, you have to work hard for, which it's like, I'm working hard for what? Just to keep up with the Joneses? Like,
yes,
that's not how it should be. But the more we talk about it, the more I agree, which is like, even those little things can be detrimental because we're still in competition with one another.
It's also, I agree wholeheartedly with everything you just said, but I'm saying like, it's also being an individual is no longer celebrated.
Yeah.
Like if this girl said, why do you care if it brings me joy? Because I want you to be you.
Yeah.
If you showed up with quirky overalls that no other girl was wearing, that's you being you. If that's bringing you joy, why would I make fun of that? I think I like to make fun of the people who don't have a fucking soul, who look like they were made in a factory, who have desires and they have things they want to say they like, but they don't want to get ridiculed.
But you need to remember too, not everyone does. Not everyone does
have a soul. I disagree with that.
No, everyone has a soul, but not everyone is able to I don't know how.
Not everyone's able to curate what they enjoy specifically.
Yeah. Some people like taking inspiration from other people, and
I do too.
Might not be able to put together an outfit, but they see an outfit that someone else is wearing and they like that, so it's just easier for them to recreate that.
I follow trends. I dress like others. I get inspiration from others. I'm saying for this specific video, like I want girls specifically, because I notice it more with women, to be more about being an individual. Mm-hmm. Whereas guys, like I said, they're just fucking dumb. Guys just don't care about anything. They just don't care. They don't care about anything. Mm-hmm. Like I'm often feeling like a left out because I actually do care what color our couch is. I actually do care where we get married. I actually do care about the things that men aren't supposed to care about. So I get angry at guys like for shit like that. But I'm saying for girls, it's so this Stepford Wives image of like what a perfect life looks like. Mm-hmm. I do think, I don't know where it started, but I've noticed girls being the ones to reinforce that by having everything needs to be perfect. When you have you'll have your friends. When I have my friends over, you're like, you're not going to straighten up. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Steve knows I have blankets. But if you'll be like, it has to look like no one has ever stepped foot in this apartment. And I think that that's unfortunately what society has done to you. It's not your fault because you menstruate like an asshole guy would say. What you got your fucking period, honey? Oh, I'm saying men have done that to you, and I want to break the cycle. Of course. I want to break the cycle.
You must clean for me. You must cook for me. Make sure we look like the perfect family. Definitely. I mean,
I want to fucking implode that. Well, I want to implode that mirage. Imploding the mirage, the killer's.
I also think when I have people over, I want them to feel comfortable. I don't want them to be uncomfortable because it's messy or dirty.
I understand. There's a big difference between messy and just not Nazi perfect. My family can be coming over. I'll have my jacket hung over the couch, and she's like, "Why is your jacket out?"
Because then
that's not messy. That's not messy. No one's gonna be uncomfortable with my jacket on my chair.
When they go and sit on the couch, it's like they have to move something in order to get comfortable on the couch.
Okay,
that's annoying.
For who?
For
my dad. What the fuck do you care? I'm just saying. If I had it quote unquote my way, you not being so stressed about a perfect presentation, how does that make you worse off? I want to implode this ideology of women thinking their lives have to be perfect. I don't think that is detrimental to you as a person in any way. Maybe it is. I just want you to be yourself. And I've noticed, especially coming from Staten Island, women are so hard on each other. Mm-hmm. And it's so weird. They get every woman in my life, you, my sister, my mom, my sisters-in-law. There's this insane pressure when they have parties or people over. And most of the men do absolutely nothing. That's something else that I can't stand. I help your fucking wife. I want there to be more unity. But I don't like how we just let them get away with it. Oh, he's just a man. Let him. And then you take on the responsibility. I want to this is a very progressive attitude, which comes off as perhaps chauvinistic because it's not doing the bland, inspiring women talk. Let them do whatever they want. It's let's really let them do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Not only if it fits into this fucking formula of going to TJ Maxx, buying Live, Laugh, Love signs, and having a white picket fence and the perfect photo op at a pumpkin patch. There's so much pressure to live up to this image that not everybody's life is going to look like that, which I want people to feel comfortable being different.
Yeah.
Because I'm so different and I'm very comfortable with it and it benefits me greatly. That was a long speech. I apologize, but I could be wrong. I just don't. I always try to tease behavior, not people, not how you look, but the behavior that whether you know it or not, there's a pressure to it. Mm-hmm. Like where we come from.
And it's hurting society, unfortunately.
I think it is hurting you. They say, oh, why do you care what gives me joy? No one cares what gives you joy. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you feel pressure to do X, Y, and Z because you want to fit into that, mm-hmm. I think that is a problem. So like girls getting iced coffee because it's trendy, mm-hmm. who gives a shit unless you are like going to a more expensive place because the cup is cool for Instagram. Like that shit happens in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like I could be completely wrong. I don't know. Went too deep? Did I go too deep?
You always do.
'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to
I just thought of Kylie Jenner sharing photos of like her Bentleys.
That's a little weird.
I feel like that goes with this because it's like, obviously Kylie Jenner could afford Bentleys. Why is she throwing it in our face? She's making people feel bad that they can't afford Bentleys.
So one time I said this to you and I don't know if you agreed or if you were like, that's interesting. When you share something that is expensive or a flex, quote unquote, to say, whether you know it or not, that is a bad thing, in my opinion. If you you pull a thread on a shirt, mm-hmm. right? So let's say for this metaphor, you're pulling on this thread and then you follow it like breadcrumbs. Where does this thread go?
It just keeps unraveling.
When you get to the end of that, it will be evil. Mm-hmm. It won't be love. It'll be hate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's specifically hate, but it's like part of the root of that tree. Mm-hmm. It branched off into like a less noticeable way. But Kylie Jenner was like showing off, mm-hmm. right? Showing off is not a good thing we've noticed mm-hmm. in life. I think we all can agree that like, but because it's so common in our society and culture at large, people don't really notice it as a bad thing anymore. But it is very bad.
Yeah.
To post, like if you have nice things, whatever, who the fuck doesn't like nice things? Everybody does. But when you're showing it to others, you want, whether you know it or not, it's like the reaction you're going to get is envy, jealousy, and that person's going to feel bad. Mm-hmm. Man, I wish I could have that. Yeah. You ever seen, they say cries and poor? You ever seen that? People say that? Yeah. So basically, it's her showing, like she should be like secretive about that shit. We know you're a billionaire or you have hundreds of millions of dollars and you can afford a Bentley. So what is your intention showing me that? I can only think it's to make me feel bad. Mm-hmm. So when you show your Louboutins that your husband got you for Christmas, I know you want, I'm proud of it. Well, he worked really hard and I deserve that. Whatever. I drive a unicorn. Whatever thing you're going to say mm-hmm. is blocking the reality.
Yeah.
It's really, I want others to be jealous of me. Mm-hmm. Which if you follow that thread, what is jealousy connected to? Is it the love tree or the hate tree? Mm-hmm. I don't think we talk about this enough as a society. Where like, it's still, you know what peacocking is?
Yes.
It's basically peacocking. Mm-hmm. Like all these rappers were still like, rap lyrics are no longer about the art. It's about like the diamonds in my watch.
Yeah.
Which we all know. Let's follow that thread. Where does this go? Oh, the same fucking tree of evil. Mm-hmm. You want me to be jealous of you and be sad that I can't afford this. It's so weird. Like I haven't really listened to new rap in a long time because I don't connect with it the same. Where it's like, here I am living a normal life and you're just saying like, these other rappers don't got millions like me. It's like, well, I don't either.
Yeah, it used to be like about like the struggles of their life growing up.
And I get it. Don't get me wrong. You can rap about how fly you are, mm-hmm. but like there's got to be some sort of like identifier that I can like see myself in. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I just said that correctly, but like
it's just something else that's detrimental to society.
And no one's like, saying that.
Yeah.
And it's so ingrained in our culture that like you could be anywhere and so, oh, she got the Louis, mm-hmm. and everybody like claps for her and she's like, oh yeah, I got the Louis. And it's like, again, why do you care if it's bringing her joy? My thing is,
it's bringing
let's ask her why it's bringing her joy.
And it's also bringing probably a lot more people's sadness. then it's bringing that one person joy.
When you get, when you get praise by others, the people around you, whether they're saying it or not, sometimes they feel worse. Like once I spoke at a school, and this very sweet girl asked me, "How do you have the confidence to post videos online?" And she caught me off guard, and I didn't know how to answer her, and I felt worse. Mm-hmm. She was basically giving me a compliment, and I felt worse because I knew people in the room didn't have confidence.
Yeah.
And they were seeing me have something they didn't have, and they were probably feeling worse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the answer to that. I still don't know how. I just don't care. I'm very confident with myself because I was privileged. I was blessed. I had it easy. Whatever you want to call it. But like me, that's why I don't post about you. I feel now. Listen, I bust Leanna's balls a lot. I love our relationship because we fuck around with each other. And
why don't you post me on Instagram then?
We joke around a lot, but I know what I have with her.
Mm-hmm.
I know what we have is very precious. I know it's rare. I know many people don't have what we have.
Okay.
I feel that, now don't say aw, because I don't want you to.
I'm not gonna.
But let's look at it objectively. Okay. I feel you are my Bentley.
Okay. Thank you.
Why? I told you don't do that.
I didn't say aw.
You said thank you. I was trying to give you. I'm trying to keep this as normal as possible without me thinking like you are my everything, baby.
Well, Bentley shouldn't mean that much to you.
Oh my God,
I should be your Toyota, maybe.
You're an idiot. It's a metaphor for Kylie.
Okay.
Let's say you are my Bentley, which I believe that you are in this specific instance.
Yes.
Why would I show you off when someone's driving or someone's taking the bus?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
I understand.
I think we have the perfect relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The only person in the world I need to know that is you.
Of course.
So why would I post for your birthday, our anniversary, National fucking Girlfriend Day?
I mean, especially when I'm standing next to you.
Especially when you're sitting next to me. Thank you so much for my vacation, baby. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, it was the best vacation ever. No, anything for my girl. As we're sitting on the goddamn couch together. Those people are fucking psychotic. So if the more you post about your relationship, hoping people think it's perfect, it's probably not. So that's why I think it's wrong to post, like people are not examining why they're doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of these things are bad because they lead to a dark place where we are more depressed.
Mm-hmm.
We are less happy. Look how angry everybody is all of the time. All of these fucking seeds are being planted. This is all part of it. This is all making us more anxious, more angry because people are miserable, writing mean shit, and then buying the wrong things to make them feel better.
Yeah.
And it's all making it worse. Am I crazy? Am I a fucking lunatic?
No,
I'm sure I'm gonna piss some people off, but like tough shit. We gotta have these conversations. They're important.
Yeah.
Like
we do. We need to be better to one another. It just makes me sad. All of these things make me sad.
It makes me sad that young kids don't know this shit and they believe the little CUNTs on the internet.
That's what I was.
Who call them ugly?
I know.
That's
what I was trying to say about like Dixie. Like
it's horrible.
It's great that we understand, but I want younger people to understand that because they don't.
Well, it's up to you guys to get this message out. Hopefully.
Yeah. Share it.
Maybe you could share this, or maybe you'll be like, I fucking hate this kid.
It really it takes more energy to hurt someone's feelings than it does to be nice to them. So be nice to people. Keep your comments to yourself. Has your mother ever told you if you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all?
All right, guys, we love you so much.
So much.
Please leave us a review. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Thank you for even listening.
Thank you so much for even listening.
I hope it's interesting.
I hope it's interesting.
You.
If we got too deep, let us know. Send me a message on Instagram. I have an email address if you want to. dressdowndaypodcast@gmail.com.
Nice.
I had to set that up to
send
do all
us
this
an
shit.
Email, maybe.
So send us an email and tell me why I'm a fucking piece of shit, or why you hate, or why you're not depressed, but you hate my man bun for different reasons.
Yeah.
All right, love you so much, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Check my website for tour dates if you want to come see me perform.
Yeah.
2,